You ever notice how some JJS matches just look the exact same? Yeah, I'm getting pretty sick of it. Out of everything in this game, nothing fills me with more rage than M1 merchants because they're boring. Every interaction revolves around the same two crutches, side dash M1 and M1 trades. If those don't work, then you just fucking do them again. I don't know, man. Now, before anybody starts typing skill issue in the comments, yeah, I'm not exactly the greatest JJS player in the world. I consider myself to be pretty average. So you think I naturally gravitate towards these simple close range characters, right? But the more I played the game, the more I realized something. I actually hate playing them. Here's the weird thing about M1 merchants. You think that because they're close range characters, they'd be the ones controlling the pace of the fight. But if your opponent decides to play passive or keep distance, you can't do shit. I said this in my non-enemy video, but he has the luxury of the ratio mechanic to block break, but they are still kind of fake. Watch my non-enemy video. That's the biggest problem I have with these characters. You don't actually control when the fight starts. Your opponent does. If they decide to play aggressively, great, you get to play the video game. But they rely on the opponent being willing to engage in the first place, and that's just not fun. That's not controlling neutral, that's waiting for permission. And let's say you finally do get in, right? Now it's time for my absolute favorite mechanic in the entire game, M1 trades.
Four big guys, and they bust on my eyes. They eat my ass just like apple pie.
I genuinely cannot stand these. Half of the time, it doesn't even feel like somebody outplayed the other person. It just comes down to luck. There's no skill expression. You just hold down block while throwing out 2 M1s and praying that something happens. And when they side dash, you either have to predict it or take the L. And they all do it. Every single one of them. It's not fun at all. You know the one thing TSB will always have over JJS? Consistency. I just started a war. Since every character approaches neutral in the exact same way, M1 trades last 2 seconds and are few and far between. Now, I'm not very good at M1 trades because I find them to be so unintuitive, and I don't think I want to get good at them. Because realistically, if you have better internet, you're gonna win every time. It's the most ignorant, boring, 1-2 buckle my shoe ass game design I've ever seen. Now compare that to characters with actual neutral. They have projectiles and movement tools. Every interaction feels different. A Ryu can literally just side dash and use appetizer, and off of that one movement, they're gaining tons of value. Either their opponent uses their evasive, or they use second helping and take a huge amount of their HP. Ryu doesn't wait for permission. You want to know why Haruto mogs the hell out of everyone in this game? It's not because he's annoying, that part is intentional. It's because he's different, and he also doesn't wait for permission. Average players that I know I can absolutely annihilate if I was on someone different, I end up getting 3-stocked and rage baited because I'm on Mahito. You know, the guy with the slowest and most punishable neutral options in the game. I don't think I've stopped playing Reggie since he released. And that's what frustrates me so much about M1 merchants. Every single one of them pushes the game toward the exact same interaction. Get close, side dash, throw M1s, pray, repeat. Every character is obviously going to have their own gimmicks, but at the end of the day, if your neutral boils down to walk at them until something happens, you've already lost me. Hakari has solid combos, but his M1 reset got removed. Gojo is very basic. I made a whole video on Nanami.
Monster kill!
Locust guy is boring, Charles is boring, Toto is boring, and Mahito is just wasted potential. Yuji is extremely annoying to fight, as his neutral isn't built around creating opportunities. You capitalize on the opportunities your opponent gives you. Everything circles back to getting close to start M1 pressure. His movement is very hard to react to, and every fight feels the exact same, which will piss you off.
Four big guys.
And Naoya, oh my fuck. Naoya, to me, is the bastardization of everything this game is. I know people will say that about Hanami, but it's Naoya. Hanami just doesn't belong in this game. He relies on constant engagements to get anything done. He has a move that resets back to neutral with the push of a button. And of course, you have to M1 trade. And with his 2 dashes, he can cheese M1 trades easily. It's so annoying and stressful to deal with. It's a defective character that's terrible for both sides of the fight. That's why whenever I see a Yuji or Naoya player, I just leave. I'm not fighting that. It's too stressful to deal with. I really don't care about Elo that much. If you unironically get on this game just to play Yuji or Naoya, stop living. Genuinely, the world would be better off without you. Also, I finally found an opportunity to say this. I don't know who the f lied and said casuals was more fun than ranked. Them ultimates make me crash out. You wanna know who does the whole M1 merchant rushdown thing the best? Yuta and Higuruma. Higgy has a bunch of mix-up tools and gap closes that benefit a hyper-aggressive playstyle without relying on the crutch of M1 trading and side dashes. Though this can be abused, you can just press buttons and win. Yuta has a bunch of ways to combo start without using M1s at all, with consistent damage and Rika being able to force movements out of the opponent to combo extend better. That was a mini crash out with no direction, but that's all I wanted to talk about. It's easy to look at these characters with a much more open mind if you're like a really good player or new to the game. I also made a video on that. But when you're in that middle ground of not being too good or too bad, it's pretty difficult to have as much fun as everyone else while overlooking some of these issues. But that's all for me. Get rid of M1 trading and my life is yours.